Today we are making one of my absolute favourites, beef cheeks with vanilla.
You should smell them, delicious.
They're a really great recipe to use because it's utilising cheap cuts of meat and also putting in a few nice fancy things like the vanilla bean, a bit of port to create a delicious, sumptuous, luxurious dinner.
Luxurious is what I'd use to sum it up. So I assume with this is going to be a braised beef cheek, so working muscle.
Working muscle.
Lots and lots of sinew and ligaments and tendons and
They
all
are
the good stuff for braising.
Very ugly cut of meat, but they're really worth it. This plate of meat here was $11 from my local butcher. Really economical cut of meat, and it's delicious when it's used right. So first of all, I'm going to get these beef cheeks on. While I'm doing that, I'm going to get Linton to cut up these 2 onions because that's the only thing that I haven't cut up. Got to get into work somehow, don't we? And then I'm going to make a little dredging for my beef cheeks. So I'm going to fry them off in my crock pot, which we're going to then add everything else together.
So a little flour dredging.
A little flour dredging.
Yeah, I like that. It's a forgotten technique. Like it's really common in old British and French cooking.
Yeah.
But we've sort of moved away from those classical techniques because, you know, we're all about reducing down and having gluten-free sauces.
Nah.
If you want an easy sauce, do exactly this.
And give it a good season. Don't be afraid of the seasoning. It's a set and forget, but the end result is really delicious. It's a really great, rich winter warmer. People love it. It's great for a dinner party, and it's pretty economical for your bang for your buck.
Brought me to tears.
Oh, no. It's the onions.
It's the onions.
I'm just going to get the pot on. Oh yeah, that is a strong onion. That's even got me, and I'm not even chopping it. Bit of olive oil. While that's heating up, I'm going to dredge my beef cheeks and then gently lay them in the pan to brown off. You can see how much they've contracted.
Yeah.
And that's what those working muscles do. They really just go, and then once they're slow braised, they just go again. And that's what makes them so special. And I'm going to just, whoopsie-daisy, right-handed. I'm going to go back to left-handed.
So now we're just going to build everything up.
Yeah.
Hey?
Got my beautifully chopped onions here from Linton, thank you. Woo! That's quite hot. Cooking with Emma Dean, never a dull moment. Now, using all those delicious flavours left over from the beef cheeks, keep that in the pan. And now we're going to just saute down this onion just for about 5 minutes. Like all good relationships, onions need time. I've sauteed down the carrots and the celery and the garlic. So they're nice and soft, no colour, just a nice little sweat. Now I've got 1 cup of tawny port. I know, right? It's delicious. It's great in slow braises instead of using red wine. Tawny port, all those sugars. So we're going to deglaze the pan. Oh, yeah, we are. And that's that sizzle I love. I do. Still, deglazing never gets tired for me. I always think it's kind of magic.
I remember when I first came across the term deglazing. I was, a teenager in the kitchen. And for some reason, I thought you could only deglaze with vinegar.
Hello.
I don't know where I got that from, but that's what I thought. And so anytime even I wanted to clean a pan, I'd be like, Mum's expensive red wine vinegar.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, well. And now we're going to just add in all the other ingredients.
All comes in.
Chuck in our beef cheekies. You can just grab for me those 2 cardamom pods and just give them a bit of a crush with a knife just to break them up.
Is a very interesting spice mix, Emma. This is very, I have a feeling like French.
Yeah, it's French.
I suppose, but then you got cardamom and vanilla.
Yeah, whole vanilla pods. This is the decadence of the dish.
So do you split it like you would a dessert?
Split it.
Oh, yeah.
And then we split it and we'll just let the seeds just naturally, edge out during the process.
I always like to just...
Oh, that smells so good. Now I've got some white peppercorns here. Let us mellow out in the process, so don't be too scared about how many that there are. Oh, just.
Vanilla bean.
This is an incredible vanilla bean. Yeah, don't waste those, guys. They're gold. Tablespoon of sherry vinegar. That adds a bit of an extra dimension to it.
Well, with the sweetness that you have added in there, it could be a little bit sweet if you didn't have an acid to cut through it.
Exactly what Linton said. And a tablespoon of tomato paste. And you might notice now our beef cheeks aren't submerged, so It's got some trusty old stock here. I'm just going to cover the beef cheeks with the stock. Bring it up to the boil again.
Water would also be enough for this though, Emma, wouldn't it?
You can absolutely use water, Linton, and I often do in my cooking at home. But I have a little secret ingredient that I also use and have in my pantry at all times. Is a sneaky little stock cube. It's my little secret between you and me, but it's awesome. Every time I cook a savoury dish, throw in a stock cube.
They're flavour boosters.
Flavour boosters. My friends go, oh, this is so delicious. What have you had? And I'm like, oh, I put in some thyme, bit of garlic, stock cube, and it's great. They're great, they're economical, and they take up no space in the pantry. Good if you have a small pantry. We're going to bring these beef cheeks up to the boil, and then we're going to put them in the oven. And the reason why I bring it up to the boil on the stove top is a bit of a time saver.
Yeah.
I've learned the hard way. Don't put it in the oven to bring it up to the heat.
Lunch became dinner.
Lunch did become dinner. This is a true story. It's good to bring it up to the heat on the stove top, and then we're going to pop it into the oven for 160 degrees and just bake it for about 3 to 4 hours until they're soft and they just pull apart. I've taken the beef cheeks out of the oven, and the last half an hour I took the lid off the beef cheeks to let it reduce down a little bit, and that's why you can see all that kind of that blackness around the pot. It's bad for cleaning, but it's great for the dish.
There's flavour. You know what works at this stage, Emma? I will just, you know, if you got a little brush and you just brush that while it's still all warm, see it coming off? That's what I do, it's flavour.
All right.
Caramel.
You can see now the beef cheeks are all nice and melty soft. The best thing to serve these beef cheeks with is like the humble mash, or if you're feeling a bit more adventurous, go with mashed Swede and turnip. Oof.
I remember that from one of your dishes. The Swede and turnip is delicious.
Let's see how.
And I love how that sauce is just thickened up a touch from that flour that you...
If you wanted it thicker, it just pulls apart. Pull it apart, Linton. Pull it apart.
Like that's
Yum. That's what you want. Beef cheeks are such a great cut of meat to use. They're packed full of flavour. Treat them with a bit of love and respect, and your friends will love you for it.